Hey guys, welcome back for day 3 of the I Declare 31 Promises to Speak Over Your Life series. So, day 3 declaration. I declare I have the grace I need for today. I am full of power, strength, and determination. Nothing I face will be too much for me. I will overcome every obstacle, outlast every challenge, and come through every difficulty better off than I was before. This is my declaration. When the people of Israel were in the wilderness headed toward the promised land, God gave them manna each morning to eat. It would appear on the ground, but he specifically instructed them to gather up only enough for one day's supply. In fact, if they took more, it wouldn't last. It would spoil. In the same way, God doesn't give us grace for a year at a time, a month at a time. No, every 24 hours, God has a fresh, new supply of grace, of favor, of wisdom, of forgiveness. How will you make it through the slow season at work? One day at a time. How will you raise a difficult child? One day at a time. I heard Corrie ten Boom say something very interesting on this topic. During World War II, she and her Dutch family hid Jews from the Nazis and saved many lives. Eventually, she was caught and put in prison. In the concentration camps, she saw all kinds of atrocities. She even witnessed the deaths of her own father and sister. Through a series of unusual events, Corrie was accidentally released and her life was spared. In spite of seeing all the senseless killings, she never really became bitter. She even forgave the man who killed her family members. Somebody asked her how she could make it through those dark days of seeing such terrible acts of hatred and still be loving and kind and forgiving. She answered that question with a story. She told how when she was a little girl, her father would take her on train rides throughout Europe. He would always purchase the tickets several weeks in advance, but he would never give her the ticket until right before they were boarding. Of course, she was a small girl, and he was concerned she might lose it or leave it at home. But whenever her father saw the headlights of the train pulling into the station, he would hand his little daughter the ticket, and they would step on board together. Corrie said to the person who asked how she could be so forgiving, "The reason you can't fathom how I could forgive the person who killed my family, how I could not be filled with bitterness and hatred, is because, just like my father and our train ticket, God doesn't give us the grace we need until we're about to step on board. But if you were to ever go through something like I went through, I can assure you God's grace will be there to help you make it through the dark valleys and still keep your head held high and your heart filled with love. Maybe right now you can't see how to overcome an obstacle, accomplish your dreams, or forgive someone who hurt you, but understand that when you get there, God will hand you the ticket. He purchased it 2,000 years ago on a cross at Calvary. Now when you come to a dark valley, a difficult season, a sickness, don't worry about it. Your Heavenly Father will hand you the ticket. He will give you the grace, the strength, the favor, the forgiveness to do what you need to do. And that's it for day 3. I hope that is a blessing for you and be the impact that you want to see in the world. Bye.